Yes, he fucking did, baby. R.I.P. John Madden. Left goes to the right goes to the left. Let's go. FieldSENSE gameplay system. Joey B. Back to the Super Bowl? Question mark? I don't think so. Dolphins, baby. Russ in the Broncos uniform. Oh. McCaffrey probably would have hurt his knee right there. Look at JT. Oh, Jamar. Ooh, Jamar burning Jalen. Look at Tyreek burning Christian Fulton. Throwing up the deuces, baby. That's what we need this year, baby. Yo, I really hope all this shit works. This could be fire. Play like Madden. Play like mad, baby. Y'all. With FieldSENSE. I'm fucking hype. I'm hype. What's up? Got clapped by Rob here. Madden 23 official release video released 3 hours ago. And we have new technology to dive into. So what they have released is something called FieldSENSE gameplay. Something completely new apparently, and we're about to find out what it is. Let's go. FieldSENSE gameplay system is only available on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S. So it's only new gen. I guess we're gonna have to make the switch. FieldSENSE is the foundation for consistent, ultra-realistic gameplay that gives you more control at every position and affects every game mode in Madden 23. Fueled by new physics-informed animation and animation branching technology, FieldSENSE makes gameplay more authentic, bringing more variety and realistic physics-driven outcomes. FieldSENSE comes to life in Madden 23 in 4 major ways through new control mechanics that we're calling hit everything, skill-based passing, 360 cuts, and wide receiver versus DB battles. We're starting on the defensive side of the ball with hit everything. Yo, that's fire. Just based off what I just read, the fact that they're trying to make it more physics-based animations is very encouraging, because that is a completely crucial issue in Madden 22 right now, where everything is animation-based. Everything. That's fire. That is fire. Alright, so hit everything. We have heard from you that at times tackles collisions between players in Madden NFL gameplay felt predetermined, leading to immersion.
Whoever had a dream that you had
immersion breaking moments and lack of total control. We build hit everything with a focus on alleviating those feelings. Hit everything is comprised of 6 key components that offer emergent gameplay interactions, combined with over 3,500 new animations to give you control over every impact, tackle, and collision with more authentic outcomes. Okay, I like it. Hit the piles of physics-informed animation selection system built to give players more dynamic animations in multiplayer tackle situations. In every collision with hit the pile, key physical factors such as the players involved in the pile and the impact being brought to the pile in are used to determine the proper outcome from a variety of possible outcomes. Yo, that is fire. That is fire. That's what we need, baby. Gang tackles in Madden 23 will be more organic and unpredictable in how they look and behave, but also will offer players more control to impact the pile throughout the play. This new system will allow defensive players to seamlessly add on to ongoing tackle interactions at any point, whether they be 2-man tackles or gang tackles. Yo, that's fire. Hit the pile aims to consistently reward defenders for the impact they bring to the pile by allowing players the opportunity to always get involved in those game-changing stops. Yo, that's hard, because you can never seem to hit someone when they already have another tackler on there, I swear. That is fire. Stand-up tackles. On the back of the hit pile, we're adding the stand-up tackles feature to create even more moments where a ball carrier can be stood up intentionally to give teammates the opportunity to come in and make a play. Stand-up tackles is a battle mechanic where the ball carrier fights to break a tackle against a defender fighting to secure the tackle, with both players mashing the tackle button as quickly as possible to gain the advantage. Not only is the outcome of the tackle in question, but the ball carrier also has a higher chance of fumbling while being stood up. So when extra defenders out onto the pile, they can lay a hit stick or strip the ball to cause a turnover. On the offensive side, players can hold protect the ball button to reduce the chance of a fumble while giving the ability to break the tackle. As a last resort, ball carriers can give themselves up at any time and can see the stand-up tackle to completely negate their fumble chances. The size of the ball carrier, defenders, and ratings of the players and the stand-up tackle all factor in who will have the best chance to win these interactions. Those big bruising running backs will have much easier time winning against smaller defensive backs, while a linebacker is more likely to win against a smaller receiving back. Hitting blocks, not only can you interact in different ways with ongoing tackles, but you can do the same with ongoing blocking interactions. When in a range of a blocking interaction as a defender, the hit stick can be used to run into a block to blow it up with a force, create a pile, get through traffic to get into pursuit of the ball carrier, or get a teammate free. Okay. Mid-air knockouts. Over the last 2 years, you've seen a significant shift in interactions at the catch point. In Madden 21, the interactions were primarily multiplayer catches that had 2 players both playing the ball inside of a single interaction. In Madden 22, there were far more matchups consisting of single-player animations that were independent of each other to offer more control. In Madden 23, FieldSENSE has unlocked the best of both worlds to create dynamic interactions called mid-airs that both create authentic interactions but also give players the control they desire in these critical catching moments. Players will experience this control in how they attempt to break up passes, and each choice leads to different risk and reward, as well as the actual animations that play out when going for the interception. You'll see new catch contests that come with the chance for the receiver to break the tackle. If you want to play it a bit more conservatively and go with a swat attempt, the defender will try to rip the ball out of the receiver's hands while both players are in the air with a lower chance to break the tackle. And lastly, if you want to simply secure the tackle, choosing play receiver or hit stick will make the defender not play the ball, but attack the receiver instead with a lower chance of knocking the ball out when compared to using swat. Interesting. Add-on blocks. Hit everything is being used on offense as well with the new add-on blocks. This is primarily for running backs and tight ends as they try to navigate through the traffic of the line to run their routes or on block and release routes. Our animation branching technology now allows these players to add on to and then easily leave ongoing blocking interactions with the proper momentum and results rather than getting stuck behind piles of blockers. Let's go. That's good. You know when like a running back on a screen block, like fake screen block, just gets stuck there and then falls down for no reason? Branching in physics tech, any collision on the field will now lean on our FieldSense system to determine if they should branch to a stumble or fall, both during the play and after the play is over. For example, if a defender misses a tackle attempt, that player can take out a teammate by tripping him or hitting a ball carrier at a bad angle, can force him into a stumble or out of a tackle. You can even knock a teammate off an ongoing tackle. The system will produce more organic, dynamic moments that are reactive to the action on the field, making gameplay less predictable while also offering more control. Yo, if all this shit works, this is going to be really good for the game. I really think it's going to be really good for the game. That's crazy. Very excited for players to get their hands on Madden 23 and experience hit everything. That's not everything that FieldSense delivers. FieldSense is bringing new control mechanics all over the field with skill-based passing. Continue to marvel at the jaw-dropping throws quarterbacks make every week in that NFL, and we are bringing these moments to life in Madden 23 with our new passing mechanic, skill-based passing. Okay. Skill-based passing is designed to give you even more control over every pass you throw by combining a new passing meter to dictate your power and trajectory on pass and new control for pinpoint precision. So completely changing passing. Can't even just press a button, I guess. Skill-based passing, you can now lead receivers open and place the ball where only they can get it. You'll have the ability to make back shoulder throws, place it into the perfect spot on a corner route, hit your receiver for an end zone fade, or drop it over the defense on a streak. Skill-based passing will open up your offense in a whole new way. Okay, this is what we need. This is what we need, Madden. Good job. How skill-based passing works, the basics. We designed skill-based passing to be intuitive with both the control scheme and the visual feedback you receive while using the mechanic. To use skill-based passing, press any receiver icon, throw the ball, and then use the left stick to aim your pass to lead the receiver. Skill-based passing can be used intuitively post-snap to throw the ball however you want, to whoever you want. It's that simple. However, there's multiple layers to what skill-based passing offers, and we'll start with the first thing that you'll notice when using it, the target area and target reticle. Visual feedback is a key element of skill-based passing, ensuring players are getting the feedback needed to build their skill and achieve full control. When you go to throw the ball to a receiver, you'll notice the target area underneath them. This target area represents 2 key things, where you can aim your pass when you use the left stick, and the area the receiver can guarantee a catch attempt. Keep in mind that the target area can vary in size depending on the route of the receiver and the depth of the pass. Within the target area, you'll see a new reticle so you can get that visual feedback for where you're trying to lead the receiver. You'll be able to move the reticle via the left stick. By default, the reticle will snap to the edge of the target area in the direction of your left stick input. For our more advanced players who want finer control over ball placement, we present to you Freeform Passing. Freeform Passing is another layer of control you can master as you become your favorite NFL QB. Freeform gives you the ability to pinpoint your throw to your receiver both within and outside of the target area, A huge factor in unlocking Freeform was capturing new animations to better pair with the throws real-life quarterbacks make. Hold LT-L2 and aim down and away from your receiver with the left stick for a back shoulder catch to keep the defensive back from making a play. Want to really lead your receiver on a streak, use Freeform to aim outside of the target area and down the field to let your receiver run under it. You'll also be able to target the sidelines and corners of the end zones much easier with Freeform to enable our new fade catch animations. With Freeform being activated with LT-L2, we've removed the low ball pass. Oh? They removed the low pass? Yo. Freeform being activated with LT-L2, we've removed the low ball pass from skill-based passing. However, you'll still be able to throw a lower trajectory pass by holding LT-L2 and moving the left stick down to have the receiver make a catch closer to the ground. So what do you do to throw a back shoulder? Down and away? So if you hold it down and away, it's back shoulder, but if you hold it down, it's a low pass? That's a little confusing. Passing meters, we built two new passing meters you can use with skill-based passing, allowing you to choose what feels best. Power meter, the first meter, focus on determining the power of your pass. Power meter will help you visualize what type of pass you're throwing depending on when you let go of the receiver icon. Release the receiver icon early to lob it. Release the receiver icon in the middle of the meter to throw a touch pass. Or hold the receiver icon to fill up the meter and fire a bullet pass. This meter is activated by selecting placement as the passing type under the skill-based passing settings. This meter, accuracy meter, this meter offers you the ability to influence not only the power on the pass, but your accuracy as well. This meter is activated by selecting placement and accuracy as the passing type under the skill-based passing settings. Interesting. Holding down the receiver icon starts the meter. Similarly to the power meter, releasing the button early results in a lob pass, releasing in the middle releases in a touch, and holding it all the way down results in a bullet. Additionally, there is a blue portion of your meter where if you release the ball, you are guaranteed an accurate or perfect pass. If you release the pass outside of this blue section, you won't receive the accuracy boost to your pass, and your quarterback's accuracy ratings in game context will determine how accurate the throw is. Interesting. Yo, that is interesting. Because obviously in Madden, you know, when you're throwing the ball late game, you're going to get nervous. So that would make it much harder to fuck up. The accuracy field on the meter can only become more difficult to time and shrink when facing pressure, trying to throw on the run, or trying a crossbody throw. Your quarterback's accuracy ratings and superstar X Factor abilities also scales the accuracy within the meter. Interesting. Skill-based passing settings. We made sure to offer total control and customization with skill-based passing under game options found in the settings menu. You'll be able to select between the power lead and accuracy or power lead mechanic to use skill-based passing. While we really encourage players to take advantage of the new skill-based passing, you can select the classic passing type to use our legacy passing mechanics. Okay, at least they kept that in there, because if they break it and it don't work and we want to go back, at least the option's there, because that would suck if there was no option to go back. We've got an offline only slowdown feature for skill-based passing. When beginning your throw, the game will slow down so you can have more time to place the ball exactly where you want to. We also allow you to tune the speed at which the slowdown occurs so you can find the setting that works best for you. Passing freeform max distance. You have the option to select the maximum distance you want to pass lead outside of the target area when using freeform. The setting ranges from keeping your reticle just outside the target area for safer pass leads to allowing you to pass lead the ball anywhere on the field. The setting will allow you to passing freeform speed. The setting will allow you to tune how fast you want your reticle to move when using freeform mechanic. Reticle visibility, meter visibility. Alright, 360 cuts. Gives players precise control to trigger hard cuts at any point while running with the ball. Previously, players could only rely on their left stick input to choose between hard cuts or rounded turns. In Madden 23, you now have the control to cut when and where you want so your ball carrier can find the lanes as you see them. Hold L2 when running with the ball while changing direction on the left stick to execute the 360 cuts mechanic. You'll be able to easily cut a run back, cut off a blocker's back to hit the lane, or make a cut to a tight gap, whether you're running back or quarterback on the run, receiver have to catch, or you're returning a kickoff, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So they took stop and goes away, but now they're giving us this. We need some shit to make clips, man. We need some shit that lets us make clips, you know what I mean? So that's good. I like that. Wide receiver versus DB battles. Our latest set of gameplay mechanics FieldSENSE delivers is branching wide receiver, releases and cuts, defensive back presses and counters, and an all-new defensive evade mechanic. These mechanics are available in every game mode and have been created specifically with player-locked modes like Face of the Franchise, the League and Squads, and Superstar KO and Madden Ultimate Team in mind. Okay. New wide receiver release moves, new foot fire, hop step release moves are chainable, so you can get defenders off balance to beat that press coverage. Just holding LT will start a foot fire with your receiver, so you can set up the opposing defender with your next move. The foot fire setup, you can interrupt at any time by transitioning to a hop release or moving the left stick to break into space. Flick the right stick in 5 different directions. Allows the receiver to hop from his initial stance. These moves are also chainable, so players can flick 90 to the left and follow that with a flick of 45 to the right to try to get the defender off center. Press success factors and press versus release ratings, defender strength, and positioned at the time of the press. This year you'll have a reason to throw release moves at a defender in press coverage. The more off center the defender is, the better chance of an offensive win. Wide receiver cut moves and fakes. Get total control of the new cut moves to fake out defenders in man coverage. A defender in man coverage now has reaction windows that will detect if the defender reacted to the cut in time. If the reaction is late, the defender will stumble, reach out, and visually show that they have been faked out. The new cut mechanic requires you to pull both triggers when moving the left stick. Pull RT R2 to sprint on the route, so you're adding LT L2 when a cut is wanted plays a wide receiver specific cut animation when the left stick is moved. Moving the cut mechanics off the right stick allowed us to add some fakes and stutter steps. Now you can trick overly aggressive defenders with fake, making it easier for them to get open after a cut. While running routes, flicking the right stick left, right, or down plays a fake cut or stutter step in those directions. Okay. DB press and wide receiver counters. Defensive backs still have the ability to press and steer a receiver left or right, jam the receiver, stay up on top of a receiver like in previous years, but in Madden 23, the QB mechanics are more dynamic and reactionary instead of paper, rock, scissors concept. Because of our branching technology, defenders can start a press in one direction, but see that the receiver is moving the other way and can quickly branch within a ratings-based timing window to counter. These mechanics are done by holding A on the Xbox Series X, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I feel like these are all for, like, usering. That one's good, I guess, for a user in regular game modes. Previously, the counter mechanic against the press focused more on hard countering the defense, but now we've upgraded the counter press mechanic to be more free-flowing and reactive. You'll be able to use RT, R2, and a left stick to attempt to counter any press moves by a defensive back. Receivers with higher release rating will have much more success in beating the press. All right. Not gonna lie, I'm really liking what I see so far. Not gonna lie. Defensive evade. Evade moves give defenders another tool that helps them get around blockers in the open field, creating parity with ball carriers. Defenders can flick the right stick left or right to sidestep or avoid oncoming blockers or blocking interactions that are in pursuit path to the ball carrier. If you hold RT, R2 and flick the right stick left or right, you'll cover more ground in your sidestep. This mechanic gives you the control to anticipate an incoming blocker and avoid him altogether. If timed right, rather than waiting to get engaged, then having to shed the block and attempt. What the fuck? If timed right, rather than waiting to get engaged and then having to shed the block to attempt a tackle. We hoped you enjoyed reading. Blah, 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 blah. Yo, not gonna lie. That is really some good shit. Like, I really hope everything works well. I really do. Because if everything works well, then... Because if everything works well there... Yo, it's gonna be fire. It's gonna be fire. I really hope everything does work. I really like, honestly, like, it's gonna make it harder, but that passing mechanic is gonna make the game more fun. People are gonna be less reliant on, you know, glitch plays and cheese plays. And actually, in theory, that's my theory. Hopefully. Alright, let's check out Foundational Football. Before we share a few of the Foundational Football improvements coming to Madden 23, get caught up on FieldSENSE. I did. Player feedback continues to drive our development efforts. Okay. If that was true, franchise would have been fixed years ago. Our primary gameplay goal with our Foundational Football initiative is to strengthen the fundamentals so that players will have the tools to solve football problems with football solutions on the virtual gridiron. Our Foundational Football Gridiron Notes starts with the areas of gameplay that our players have told us matter most: pass coverage, pass rush, and QB contain. To deliver a more balanced gameplay experience for Madden NFL 23, we believe these three fundamental defensive fundamentals all have to work together to provide the authenticity and balance our players desire. Pass coverage, we've received a ton of feedback at launch last year around pass coverage and continued to action on specific coverage callouts throughout the title updates post-launch. Like every Madden season, we know that players have high expectations for defense, specifically pass coverage, and this year is no different. This year we are solidifying our basic fundamental coverage principles with a focus on zone coverage and defending the deep pass. Good. Thank you, because they play stupid in zone, and they can't cover deep posts. Spot drop zones. We'll be featuring spot drop zones as our core zone coverage concept with our defensive playbooks and AI. This means that by default, all the zone coverages in our playbook will be strictly using spot drop zone logic and covering a specific area of the field instead of a mixture of both spot drop and match coverages like we had last year. The main purpose of this change was to make the play art and the play call screen the central source of truth for players so they can better predict how their zones will react during the play. Match zone coverage concepts are still accessible through our coaching adjustments menu during your play selection. Simply flipping the zone coverage coach adjustments to match will bring back our in-depth rule set for match coverages, those that convert from zone to man during the play, when specifically calling the match coverage play types. That's interesting, because I know how the match concepts work, but they play weird sometimes, so I like that a lot. Drift logic for deep zone defenders. Drift logic is a new coverage behavior for deep zone defenders. This logic prevents deep zone defenders from drifting too far up the field without having a vertical threat in their area. This will prevent those third window throws on deep crossing routes. Thank you, Madden. Thank you. Make people learn how to play the game, please. Make people learn how to play the game. That is so good. Hopefully, if it works. Drift logic allows the defender to recognize the receiver approaching his zone sooner, plaster him in coverage as he crosses his face, and not get beat underneath. Players told us these third window crossers were completely too inconsistent, and this new drift logic aims to address that feedback. Wow. That's lit. Zone defender locomotion, we've captured a whole new set of defensive back specific movement animations, and along with AI support, the defenders in Madden 23 will backpedal, flip their hips, strafe, and look back at the ball more smoothly, more athletically, and more realistically. Not only will defensive backs look the part, but these new movement animations will get them to where they want to go with much more efficiency, which will make passing windows against zone coverage much tighter. Yo, thank you. This is good. I really hope all this shit works. I really do. Because if all this shit works, this is going to be really good for the game. Routes. Oh, wait. Yeah, I did that. Route-specific break on-throw logic. We've also added dynamic break times for each type of zone defender when facing specific routes. Zones that are supposed to take away specific routes or areas of the field will not break on the throw faster versus those routes than they will against routes their zones are not designed to take away. One example of this is a hard flat zone aggressively breaking on a route to the flat instead of leveraging deeper routes first. Another is the deep outside third defender in cover 3 breaking faster when a corner route enters their zone. Yo, very good. Yo, I hope all this shit works, man. I really do. They're getting me excited. New end zone coverage logic. Previously, our deep zone defenders made little logic adjustments when they were covering in the end zone. This resulted in defenders squeezing down on routes, breaking to the inside while disregarding the underneath zone defenders, resulting in the sidelines and the corners of the end zone being left wide open. Literally, all year. That shit was getting spammed like midway through this Madden. This year, those outside deep zone defenders stay outside and sit on those outbreaking or third window crossing routes. These let the route come to them, and then they aggressively break on the throw. Yo, this is really good. DB catch for SWAT. With our zone coverage defenders playing stronger fundamental football, we have tuned the balance between play ball, play receiver, and SWAT so that you'll see defenders use a wide variety of behaviors when the ball is in the air rather than always attempting the interception. This coincides with tuning on how far defenders are allowed to see the ball when they're not facing it, and promotes more organic mid-air interactions at the catch point via our FieldSENSE hit everything branching technology and mechanics. Okay. It's good. They're trying to make the game not so animation based, and these unrealistic animations. Pass rush, QB contain. While I've made an investment in our coverage fundamentals, our players know that pass coverage is only as good as the pass rush in front of it. What we have truly created this year is a larger pass defensive initiative for Madden 23 by fine-tuning our pass rush to increase pressure and refining disengage efforts from defenders to deal with mobile quarterbacks. quicker get-offs for all pass rushers. Pass rushers are now going to get off the ball much quicker in Madden 23. Any blitzing player will have a shorter delay time in reacting to the snap that opens up for more QB pressures when calling stock blitz plays. In addition, new animations for both blockers and pass rushers during their battles will result in the pocket forming more naturally, while also collapsing faster. QBs will have to step up in the pocket and or use checkdowns more often to consistently get the ball out before the pass rush gets home. All right, so the pass rushing is going to be faster in Madden 23. So hopefully we don't have to rely on glitch blitzes and we actually just get some normal pass rushes. That'd be fun. Pass lane integrity or rush lane integrity. Pass rushers get new logic and playbook assignments that will improve the integrity of the rush lanes. When rushing the passer, this means that each lane will be filled by a rusher while avoiding having multiple rushers in a single gap, which would essentially allow those defenders to block themselves and take them out of the play. Okay. Stopping mobile QBs has always been a difficult task for defenses, both in the NFL and in Madden NFL. For Madden 23, we've added new AI and tuned some of the defensive behaviors to give the defense more balanced tools to deal with mobile quarterbacks. We've improved disengage animations for pass rushers to get away from blockers faster for both one-on-one blocks and double teams to pursue the quarterback when they roll out. We've also improved the prediction AI for contained players so they'll be more responsive in anticipating when the QB is going to take off so they can react quicker and get themselves in the proper position to play. Yo, that's fire. Low key, that's fire. Blocking to bring balance and more authenticity, we added new pass block animations that work in combination with our pass rush AI. Some of the new animations you'll notice are engagements that have more depth in and around the pocket, so will collapse without always having to have a defender and try to block. This includes edge animations that bring both pressures as well as set the edges of the pocket. And lastly, add-on blocks which we discussed in FieldSENSE notes, but we wanted to call them out again because the ability for route runners and open field blockers to seamlessly enter and exit ongoing blocks is something players have been wanting to see. Also, if you decided to just Control F for Escape Artist, we've got you. Literally. Escape Artist has been pulled from the passive Superstar ability pool and is now an X Factor in Madden 23. Once you've met the in-game X Factor conditions to activate it, the boost granted with Escape Artist when activated will reduce compared to the previous years. We still want to offer the explosive playmaking ability for mobile quarterbacks, but feel this is a better balanced approach. We have more details on... Yo, that is so good. Like, the fact that Kyler has the ability to have Escape Artist in slot 1 and Hot Route Master is what makes him the best quarterback in Madden 22 in franchise mode. Just that alone proves how OP Escape Artist is. And I'm fucking glad. That makes it so much better, bro. So much better. That's not all the foundational improvements to Madden 23, just the ones I wanted to share first. We have even more to talk about in several key areas of our gameplay. Catching, new context-sensitive catching animations have been added so that no matter where you place the ball with the new FieldSENSE-based passing mechanic, the appropriate catch will follow. Throwing to the furthest lead point on the streak route with skill-based passing will allow your receiver to catch it while reaching out over his shoulders. If you throw to the receiver's back shoulder on a streak, you'll see new back shoulder catch animations. We've also included new fade catch animations when throwing corner and fade routes towards the sidelines or the corner of the end zone. Fire. Fire. So good. In Madden 23, our top goals for playbooks center around streamlining and differentiating our content to better tie in with our gameplay feature set, while also adding enough that's new to bring value to both new and veteran players. Defense, to better tie in with our pass coverage and defensive alignment improvements, we refine the plays available in our defensive sets to help ensure that they're able to function properly when matched against common offensive looks. The NFL defense coordinators strive to marry the coverage shell and the alignment of the front together so structurally they can function without the need for too many special adjustments. What this means for Madden 23 is lower play counts in each defensive set compared to previous years, but we believe players will appreciate the plays available in each set will better hold up from an alignment, pass coverage, and one defense perspective. An example of this is in our 3-4, 4-3 under set plays. Players will notice most of the plays available will show single high safety, middle of the field, close look. We added new plays such as cover 2 invert and trap blitzes that will look like cover 1 or cover 3 to the offense. These new plays will complement the improvements to our deep zone pass coverage. Okay, that's good. On the offensive side, our goal is focusing on what teams actually do as it relates to their real-life counterparts. In the past, we've always seen teams use a formation on a consistent basis, but only ran a handful of plays, and thus the formation would be filled out with common plays shared across multiple playbooks. For Madden NFL, we are focusing on adding the core plays and concepts each NFL team used the most, which results in more concise and slightly smaller playbooks that are more team specific and unique. We'll do a deeper dive in a future Gridiron Notes on the specific plays and other changes we made for playbooks in 23. AA quarterbacks have been tuned to get better differentiation in how well they see the field under pressure depending on their ratings. Quarterbacks who have lower awareness rating will struggle to find open receivers and have a higher chance of throwing to a partially covered target, allowing your defense to make a big play. Injuries I really don't care about, because injuries are bad. Signature content, we've captured new signature animations for a selection of the top players in the league to add some of the latest and best big play and touchdown celebrations seen on game day. In addition to this, we've added more signature animations to Celebration Locomotive, so players will run into the end zone more like their real life cap. Yo, you're gonna see me chucking up the deuces with Tyreek. I know they added that shit, because I literally saw it in the release trailer. I know they added that shit. Let's go. Yo, go for Madden 24. We're getting the fucking invite to the closed beta, baby. We're getting the fucking invite to the closed beta. And with that being said, guys, I am absolutely so hyped for the release of Madden 23. They got me so excited with some of the stuff that they're going over in these notes. I really think that if everything works well, it'll have a really good impact on the game and the community and the overall experience of Madden. And I think it'll make it a lot more fun. So with that being said, guys, like, subscribe, share this video with your homies, do all the things. I would appreciate it. And as we get new information about Madden 23, I will be making more content related to it as it comes out. So check us out here. Check us out on Twitch if you want to see it all happen live. Twitch.tv/GotClapByRob. We'll see y'all next time. Peace.